Our boss fired my colleague for going to his baby's funeral instead of finishing a project. What I did next shocked everyone. I need everyone to understand that this is non-negotiable, Marshall barked, pacing in front of our team. The Davis presentation is Monday morning, and I don't care what it takes, we are not losing this client. It was Thursday afternoon at Pinnacle Marketing Solutions, and our boss Marshall Reeves was in rare form. The vein in his forehead pulsed as he glared at each of us. 10 years as a mid-level account manager at Pinnacle had taught me that when that vein appeared, someone's weekend was about to be ruined. Jackson, Chen, Roberts, you'll handle the market analysis section. Wilson and Patel, I want the competitive analysis completely redone. Taylor, he turned to face my colleague Dan Taylor, you're responsible for the financial projections and ROI models. They were garbage in the first draft. Dan nodded, the dark circles under his eyes more pronounced than usual. His wife Kate was 8 months pregnant with their first child, and he'd been burning the candle at both ends trying to prepare for the baby while keeping up with Marshall's increasingly unreasonable demands. Everyone clear on their responsibilities? Marshall's tone made it clear he wasn't actually asking. Good. I expect progress updates tomorrow afternoon, and full drafts on my desk by Sunday morning for review. As we filed out of the conference room, I caught up with Dan. Hey, you okay? You look exhausted. He ran a hand over his stubbled face. I'm fine. Kate had some spotting last night, so we were at the hospital until 2 a.m. Doctor says everything looks okay, but... He trailed off, worry creasing his brow. Dan, seriously, maybe you should talk to Marshall about scaling back your role on this presentation. He gave a hollow laugh. Right, because Marshall is known for his understanding and compassion. Dan shook his head. You know how important the Davis account is to him. He's been chasing them for years. I couldn't argue. Marshall had been obsessed with landing Davis Pharmaceuticals since they'd first declined his pitch 3 years ago. It had become his white whale, and we were all just along for the ride. Well, let me know if you need help with anything, I offered. I'm pretty much done with my section. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. I watched him trudge back to his desk, shoulders slumped under the invisible weight of his responsibilities, and felt a growing unease that I couldn't quite place. The next day, Friday, I was deep into finalizing my section of the presentation when a commotion near Dan's desk caught my attention. He was standing, phone pressed to his ear, face drained of all color. I'll be right there, I heard him say, voice shaking as he grabbed his jacket and keys. I intercepted him as he rushed toward the exit. Dan? What's wrong? It's Kate, he said, eyes wild. She's bleeding heavily. They're taking her in for an emergency C-section. The baby's heart rate is dropping. Go, I said immediately. Don't worry about anything here. He was already half